Good day, I am Mark Lawrence Santos and I'm together with Shani Bautista to discuss the topic of Introduction to Functional Groups. Our first topic is about organic compounds. Organic compounds, in simple terms, is carbon-containing compounds that are covalently bonded. That's the key word. Then, those compounds are bonded together with other carbons or hydrogen atoms, though it can also be bonded together with other elements such as oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, or a halogen. So here, just to repeat what I said, organic chemistry is the branch of science that deals with carbon compounds. Then, inorganic carbon compounds are carbon compounds that are ionically bonded. Then, the examples of such are carbides, carbonates, cyanides, and cyanates. Then, the special nature of carbon. In a group, it is in the group 4A if we look at the periodic table, and its electron configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2, meaning it has 6 total electrons. It also has 4 valence electrons that form covalent compounds. Then, the formation of a carbon ion, positive or negative, requires higher energy under ordinary conditions. This is because either way, a carbon has to gain 4 electrons or lose 4 electrons to satisfy the octet rule. Then, shares electrons to satisfy the octet rule. Here we have is the location of carbon within the periodic table. It also shows the unique properties to react with both metals and non-metals. This is due to, as we can see, carbon is within the middle of those elements, the metals and the non-metals. Being in the middle allows it to react with them freely. Then, catenation. Catenation is the ability to bond with itself. That's all we have to remember. And allows carbon to form a multitude of chemically and thermally stable chains, ring and branched compounds. Then here we have is an example. Though carbon is shown here, other elements may also exhibit catenation, but carbon is the best example.
I'm Shani Bautista. Now, I will be discussing the general characteristic of organic compounds. Let's start with a simple question. What makes carbon unique in terms of the formation of organic compounds? Carbon is unique because its 4 covalent electrons allow it to form 4 stable covalent bonds, a property known as catenation, enabling it to create long, complex chain and rings of carbon atoms. This ability allows carbon to form a virtual limitless number of diverse organic compounds with single, double, and triple bonds, forming the backbone of all known life. Carbon is a very special element because it can form 4 covalent bonds. This means kaya natin dumikit or mag-bond sa 4 na atoms na sabay. Dahil dito, carbon can create long chains and even ring structure, which is why there are millions of possible organic compounds. As you can see in the table, organic compounds usually have carbon and hydrogen. Minsan meron itong oxygen, nitrogen, at sulfur din. On the other hand, inorganic compounds usually contains metals and non-metals. Pagdating naman sa bonding, ang organic compounds ay covalent, meaning nagsishare ng electrons, while ang inorganic compounds naman ay ionic, meaning nagtatransfer ng electrons. Now, let's talk about the physical properties. First is low melting boiling points. Organic compounds usually have low melting boiling points dahil mahina lang ang attraction between their molecules. For example, na lang dito is propane. Propane boils at negative 42 degrees, while ang inorganic compounds naman katulad ng sodium chloride ay nagbo-boils above 1,400 degrees. Next is flammability. Ang organic compounds are flammable dahil meron itong carbon and hydrogen. Madaling nag-react dito ang oxygen, kaya sila ginagamit as fuels katulad ng LPG, kerosene, at gasoline. On the other hand, inorganic compounds are non-flammable. Next is solubility in water. Organic compounds are insoluble sa water dahil non-polar sila, pero soluble sila sa organic solvent katulad ng alcohol. Ang inorganic compounds naman are soluble sa water dahil ionic sila. Now, let's move on functional groups. Functional groups is an atoms or a specific group of atoms within a molecule that imparts distinct chemical properties and reactivity to that molecule, regardless of the other atoms present. These groups determine how a molecule behaves in a chemical reaction and influence its physical properties. Next, as you can see in the table, each organic compounds belong to a certain family based on its functional groups and suffix. Let's start with hydrocarbons. Ito yung organic compounds na merong carbon and hydrogen. First is alkane, may single bonds, ends with A and E. For example is methane. Next is alkene, may double bonds, ends with E and E. For example is ethene. Last, we have alkyne, may triple bonds, ends with Y and E. For example, ethane. Habang mas marami ang bonds, mas nagiging reactive ang compound. Next, we have compound with oxygen or sulfur. First here is alcohol. Meron itong OH group or hydroxyl group, ends with OL. Next is thiol, may SH groups, ends with the word thiol. Next is ether, may oxygen between two carbons, may oxygen between two carbons and ends with the word ether. Usually mas polar at mas active ang mga compounds na to compared sa hydrocarbons. Lastly, we have compounds with carbonyl group. First is aldehyde, may CHO or CHO groups, ends with AL. Next is ketone, may C double bond O sa gitna and ends with O and E. Next we have carboxylic acid, may COOH, ends with OIC acid. Sila yung responsible sa mga strong reaction at distinct katulad ng vinegar at acetone. So, overall, bawat functional groups ay nagbibigay ng unique identity or chemical behavior sa compound. Kaya, by just looking at its structure or suffix, madali natin makikilala kung anong klaseng compound ito.
Now, let's head to the conclusion before we end this video. In conclusion, carbon-containing compounds that are covalently bonded to other carbon and hydrogen atoms are known as organic compounds, like I said earlier with my first part. These compounds may also be bonded with other elements such as sulfur, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, or a halogen. But really, all we have to remember about carbon-containing compounds is it has carbon in them. That's the keyword. Then next, organic compounds are organized according to their functional groups or specific groups of atoms that undergo characteristic chemical reactions. So that's the part Chania discussed earlier. Then hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons are the simplest type of organic compound composed of a large group of substances containing only carbon and hydrogen atoms. So all we have to remember about hydrocarbons is it has carbon and hydrogen only. And that's it for our topic. Thank you for listening.